Hello guys. So, kita tengah set up sekejap. We're setting up. So, don't mind if you give us a minute. So, I don't have a proper overlay yet for this segment. So, I use my current stream overlay just to fill it up. Yep. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Alamak, nampak green screen. Nampak macam ni kan. You see me very pelik today. Hello, guys. Welcome to our live show. Yes, this is actually our live show. So this is what we call, this is actually first episode of what we call Merdeka Conversations, right? So Merdeka directly translates as independent. So why Merdeka Conversations is because it's independent conversations. We talk about generally anything. And today's topic is, of course, related to UNIMAS and esports being official credited co-curriculum. And joining me, of course, is Sir Alif from UNIMAS. Yeah, okay, so he's a bit shy.
Yeah, hello.
He won't be so shy later on. But anyway, so you
I'm
see,
still testing my thing, right? So we are not really.
yeah, so this is actually the first episode. So if there's any like even this overlay, if you notice, this is my my normal stream overlay on Facebook. I'll be having a more, I would say, a different overlay as we go along. So today is the first episode, and Sir Alif as well, using the SAS equipment over there. Oh, Sir Alif as well using the SAS equipment over there.
Yeah, definitely. So, this is the mini studio.
Okay, cool. So, because the man is the most important, so I will switch to the bigger screen and we get to see the man himself in a bigger view. And don't mind if you see me macam green screen because I'm actually in front of him and then the green light reflect. And if you know how green screen works, this is how it works. So, changing screens now.
See.
Okay, so we have the man himself here on the bigger screen. So I am your host today, Sir Cloud, and of course we are here to talk about UNIMAS breaking through esports by having an accredited
Definitely.
co-curriculum. So Sir Alif, would you like to introduce yourself and also talk a little bit about the course?
Yeah, definitely. Would love to do that. So first and foremost, thank you to God for having us meeting up now here. And then I would like to definitely offer my thank. Wah, bahasa Inggeris kah? Alamak, tak sangka pula bahasa Inggeris. Okay, definitely. Thank you to my family, my beloved wife, also my beloved son. Now mereka ada dekat rumah, tengah tunggu bapaknya tengah keluar and then buat sedikit talk on esports. Now, there's a father talking about esports. So definitely, really great time over here especially in UNIMAS. When we are able to finally make esport into something much more official. Now, that is something I think that everyone is looking forward to, because definitely bila kita buka pendaftaran kursus, sekali buka sahaja, I'm not sure, maybe about 2 days or maybe 1 night or 2 nights max, and then kelas kita terus penuh dan kita tak dapat dah nak terima lagi kita punya student. Showing that actually kita punya receiver ataupun kita punya pelajar nampaknya bila dengar perkataan e-sport, wow, and then they suddenly feel like, oh, that is something to be enthusiastic about. And definitely would like to thank Sarawak All Stars. Nanti kita boleh share dia punya link kan, for lending me this very beautiful studio. First time for me myself working in this such an environment. It feels good. Feels really passionate about all these things, and I guess that's a pretty much the introduction that I think I'm looking forward to.
Okay, so I just want to let everyone know as well that you guys watching the show live right now, if you have any questions or comments that you would like to share or would like to ask, feel free to ask in the comment section. We'll be reading that. I'll be moderating that, and of course, Sir Ali will be the main one to answer as much as possible. Okay, so maybe let's
InsyaAllah
start
kita
off with a little bit history. Like, how did you come up with this idea in the first place?
Yes, talking about the ideas kan, bila orang selalu cakap pasal e-sukan kan, definitely dalam Malaysia kita bukan nak jadi macam kenegerian sedikit ya, tapi bila kita kata Sarawak, Sabah, Borneo kan, kita ada sedikit terkebelakang setiap kali bila kita ada dalam perkembangan ataupun dalam situasi development. Might it be infrastruktur yang berat ataupun infrastruktur yang secara the soft, maksudnya telco, electronic kind of stuff. We are quite in behind a lot of thing, and then suddenly when esports flying in ataupun flocking in kan, kita tengok rupa-rupanya perkembangan dekat sini not really that bad. I think not that bad because we are able to invite you at least to come to one of our program kan. Jadi macam definitely kita punya network is getting there. We are getting much bigger and then getting more recognized and a lot of things. So basically, I just would like to share to a lot of people outside there. They're always confused about just simple e-games or playing games and the e-sport industry itself. There's more to it kan. Macam yang kita selalu buat kan. It's more than main game kan. Kita ada live stream. Kita ada this such a setup is something like production related tinggies kan. Jadi macam benda-benda macam ni dia semua ada dekat dalam e-sport. Dan bagi setengah sukan lain, bila saya banyak buat bekerja, the most recent one is Sukan Asasi Malaysia kan, yang kita dapat jadi tuan rumah, UNIMAS sebagai tuan rumah. Kita pun mendapat feedback ataupun maklum balas yang sangat-sangat memuaskan hati, sangat-sangat baik sekali. Jadi perkembangan e-sukan terutama sekali kat dalam universiti ni, saya ingat kita perlu beri perhatian lah. Jadi ada setengah pihak yang mungkin dia salah faham sikit mengenai e-sukan. Oh, ni main game. Kalau dalam bahasa kami minta just excuse me for the language lah. Kita sebut lara kan. Lara tu maksudnya sia-sia and everything kan. Jadi bila orang dengar e-sport ni, banyak sebenarnya yang kita punya higher ups and everything still think it in that manner ataupun in that way. Jadi bila kita betul-betul nak buat benda ni, kita perlukan banyak masa dan banyak ruang, banyak media juga untuk kita breakthrough, kita educate kita punya society dan sebagainya lah. Did I overtalk things? Macam kesian pula. I just hog the show from you. Tak apalah kan?
No, it's good information. In fact, you are the main person to provide all the information.
Okay, then I'm be more than honoured lah sebab to come up with this idea, bila kita kata kita nak educating society, kita nak educate as well all of these higher ups kind of people kan, it's actually evidence based. Maksudnya kalau kita tak ada evidence, kalau kita tak berjaya nak tunjukkan dekat orang yang betapa e-sport ni sebenarnya boleh membawa kepada sesuatu yang lebih besar. Yes, I'm talking about just giving an example kan. Macam kita casting sendiri pun is a job opportunity. We have some of our members inside UNIMAS Esports Club, which is an official esports club in UNIMAS, berdaftar directly di bawah universiti. Kita punya guys memang sentiasa dapat job lah, sama ada in ataupun off daripada UNIMAS lah. We are quite trusted in the sense that we may provide this kind of supply in the demanding market di luar sana. Jadi itu satu opportunity. Dan baru-baru ni saya baru saja berbincang dengan pusat-pusat sukan lah. Ini adalah mereka-mereka yang lebih well established dari segi handling ataupun management sukan. Like we say that e-sport is also part of sports kan. Jadi diorang memberikan lagi banyak job opportunity sebenarnya sebab coaching is another new field. Dan coaching can goes really up to almost 1K per month. You think that kalau kita punya student yang ada very very good portfolio, kalau dia orang nak macam apply to become a coach with such a contact away whatnot, they can actually make a fortune. That is 900 if that particular student is really well versed lah dekat dalam ni. Definitely dia kena hias dia punya portfolio because we have yet to see certification ataupun official license in e-sport as opposed to other sports kan. Kalau sports lain dia kena tengok license juga sijil. So yang tu memang dekat bidang yang dah established, tapi kita masih robust, kita masih independent. So this is a really a good opportunity for everyone. Kita selalu dengar masalah pelajar tak cukup tweet dan sebagainya kan, those kind of thing kan. So basically it's a very very good opportunity and hence come the idea. I just like to collect as much as evidence as we can. Definitely khusus co-curriculum berkredit ini, dia nak build kita punya pelajar ni supaya jadi insan yang berkemahiran. Maksudnya insaniah lah dari segi soft skillnya. Bila soft skillnya bagus, memuncak, then they will become a much more human in a sense. Dia bukan belajar dia macam robot kan, yang selalu orang kata education university ni, dia masuk, kilang, dia keluar, sama je pattern dia kan. Jadi this sort of kursus yang ada cabang-cabang dia dan ada perkembangan insaniah dia yang lebih. So that's why when we say that we are going to make kursus yang berteraskan soft skill ni, so it is open to anything. You can do baking, you can do planting, you can do theatre, play, dance, choir, and it's definitely sports. So sports kita ada macam-macam, e-sports we have yet to have it. So that's where the idea kicks in.
But esports is also a big topic sebenarnya. If we think about it, it's not only like production, it's not only being a talent, but there's also management in esports, maybe becoming a team manager, or if someone want to open their own esports organization. So for this course specifically, like which area does it cover?
Yeah, bila you sebut pasal manager sini sports kan, now I think I need to tambahkan satu lagi benda yang boleh kita access dengan kalangan pelajar kita. Well, that's a good idea. Because as of that, what we are thinking and planning for our students sekarang ni adalah definitely when you are talking about the sports. Saya ambil contoh kalau kita macam tengok sepak takraw, dia akan diuji dari segi beberapa kemahiran asas juga. It's not just basically ethics, moral, communication and whatnot kan. Dia juga ada kemahiran dekat dalam bidang dia seperti mampu menimang bola, mampu buat servis, mampu buat smash. Kalau dia kata benda tu smash lah kan. So dia ada kemahiran bidang macam tu. Definitely in esports, it's even broader. Bila kita kata kemahiran dalam bidang, so it's really funny when I take a look at my own marking sheet kan. Kita kata kalau you pilih genre MOBA, then you must be able to perform last hits. You must be able to make kills. You must be able to do ganking, rotation. And then kalau main macam BR sebagainya, kita kata looting, healing, mampu buat headshot. That I think that is the hardest in terms of kita punya marking scheme. Dia dapat perform 3 headshot in a single game. That is definitely going to fail my students, but I think they are going to up for that challenge. I trust them to be able to do that. Definitely kita ada fighting game, perform grappling, punching, kicking, as well as performing 3-hit combo and more in a single game kan. So these are all kind of things yang di dalam the in-game punya assessment yang kita akan buat. It's going to be the dream come true for some of us. I think if not for a lot of other people out there, I myself as a gamer, kita kata dream come true ni. Sebab bila lagi kita nak di-access dengan kemahiran bermain kita. And of course when you mention about streaming, casting and everything tu kan, benda-benda tu kita panggil sebagai kemahiran teknikal di luar permainan. This is the good thing about kita dalam e-sport ni, sebab now we have something like not only you are assessing them in the in-game skills, but now you have assessment the out of game punya skills. So macam contohnya kalau mereka nak jadi marshalling, they need to know how to read the rules, they need to know how to state the rules, they need to know how to make decision making. Kita akan assess dia orang dalam keadaan yang dia betul-betul dalam keadaan dalam e-sport tu nanti. Itu untuk pelajar kita. And one very good thing about this co-curricular accredited adalah this student mesti engage dengan community. They need to show something and give back something to community. That is also for the part of dia punya etika dan juga moral, which is another part is going to be community service. Then that community service itu kita plan, kita macam nak set up the whole e-sport, the real e-sport event, and then we're going to engage in community. Community akan dapat pergi ke situ. Kita belum plan lagi dengan kita punya pelajar lah, sama ada nak buat untuk khas untuk sekolah ke ataupun memang totally public community kan. So we can actually let them come over there and then let them see. Ni kalau awak sebagai pemain, this is the feel, this is the experience. Kalau awak akan datang sebagai orang yang bertugas kan. So if you would like to become a marshal, this is where they sit, this is what they're supposed to do, this is what they are going to do for the rest of 7 to 10 minutes until GG is called. Kalau dia nak tengok the casting semuanya, it's going to be fabulous experience definitely for the community. But before we go into that, definitely kita punya students sendiri kena master all these skills. So that's why we are going to use all these 12 weeks, selain daripada ajar mereka buat kerja lah, permohonan itu ini kan, diorang akan belajar macam mana nak main dekat dalam game tu. Definitely if you're going for athlete kind of a route, so definitely you are looking forward for that. If you're going to become manager, this is another route for you. So let's say something like this, co-curricular berkredit ini adalah subjek yang ditawarkan kepada pelajar di tahun pertama. When they actually completed this particular course, they can actually look forward to go directly into the industry. We already created platform for them.
So ada soalan yang berkaitan juga daripada kita punya viewer. Dia guna nickname Roberto Carlos. I hope it's not pemain bola lah, sebab dia tanya soalan ni dalam bahasa Sarawak sikit. So dia tanya macam ni. So kalau boleh lah, apa jak game yang kita akan akses nanti. Okay, itu soalan pertama. Dan soalan follow up is, siapa boleh daftar dalam subjek?
Ya, saya suka soalan tu. Mungkin dia misspell sikit dekat situ kan. Rather than access, is going to be assess lah. Assess is maksudnya macam yang kita akan nilaikan. Now, apa saja game yang kita akan access nanti? As of that, I'm actually putting all of this available genre. Maksudnya kita ada MOBA, kita ada VR, kita ada FPS, kita ada apa nama ni? CCG pun ada. This one is collectible card game, encompasses all those Hearthstone, Clash Royale semua. Saya memang akan pergi kepada apa yang pelajar nak, yang tu kita akan cuba buat. Kita jenis yang biarkan pelajar kita decide awak nak pergi ke genre yang mana. Definitely RTS pun akan ada juga, fighting game akan ada juga, game sukan as of date. Kita sebenarnya ada satu lagi facilitator khas untuk FIFA sebenarnya, but I'm not sure about his particular status. Cuma kalau sekiranya tidak ada khusus tersebut, maksudnya kalau student kita nak apa nama ni, macam dia nak sukan, for example FIFA ataupun PES, definitely kita akan establish the right marking scheme. Maksudnya kita akan terus bincang dengan, don't worry about how we going to assess, sebab kita ada sebenarnya ramai juga staff yang berkebolehan dari segi permainan FIFA ni, very close sama office dengan kita juga, memang sangat berpengalaman, coaching, marshalling, menganjur organizing all these sorts of FIFA related event kan. Jadi kita sentiasa ada sumber kita, dan definitely kita juga ada sumber daripada luar UNIMAS itu sendiri. That is what actually I think very worthwhile for us to have this particular course. But like what I actually saw from some of the comments kan, kursus tu penuh. Yes, it is penuh. Hanya dalam satu malam, dua hari ataupun 2 malam is already full. And then kalau Cloud masih ingat lagi kan, kita punya casting partner kan, Atta atau Pulaturu, he thought that he actually registered for this course, tapi rupanya dia tak sempat tekan add course tu. And then suddenly it's actually already full. Alamak, kesian dia dekat dia. Tapi since he can no longer come to this particular course this particular semester, so I was thinking that some of the UES member yang ada pengalaman going into the real esports scene, dan kita akan ambil dia untuk jadi kita punya apa nama ni, assistant dalam assessment kita lah. Maksudnya macam Atta, definitely dia sangat talented dari segi talent as well as production, so he's going to help me on to doing that. Ivana hari tu ketua marshal kita untuk Gaming for Humanity, dia akan lebih dapat melihat kepada all sorts of other things macam gaming and whatnot lah. So definitely really looking forward for that one. And then yes, siapa yang boleh daftar dalam subjek ini adalah semua orang sebenarnya. Basically daripada first year sampai ke 4th year pun memang semua boleh mendaftar. Tapi kalau anda bukan pelajar UNIMAS, alamak, minta maaf, anda kena mendaftar sebagai pelajar UNIMAS. Tapi macam yang kita pernah sembang sebelum ni kan, kita tengok macam mana macam mana kita boleh wujudkan course luar UNIMAS, mungkin course jangka pendek dan sebagainya. I'm looking for that particular opportunity as well. Yes, we are looking for that one as well.
Itulah, saya baru je nak tanya pasal if you are not a UNIMAS student, how then well, unfortunately.
Yeah, too bad.
But it's still the first phase of this course, right? So this is like the starting of it. I'm sure, like you said, there are plans to have like external certification and all that for people who are interested, who are not UNIMAS student.
Memang kita akan tengok kepada opportunity yang tu sebab basically what we're going to have is maybe lah kalau dapat ada short course kan macam untuk corporate world dan juga yang mungkin not the UNIMAS student, but I'm still looking at the particular opportunity. Hopefully that I can make it happen. Maybe we'll be moving on the initiation phase next week hari Isnin. Yes, I'm moving really fast because nowadays zaman kita sekarang memang pergerakan kita sangat cepat. I actually was not able to keep up with myself. Kita ada 3 tournament yang akan datang selepas ini. One will happen among UNIMAS staff next week. That is a selection for category staff dekat Sarawak. So kita kena manage some things on that one. And then kita ada lagi 2 tournament, very very close one. One is going to be ML squad selection under our club because we have big people coming to UNIMAS. So that's why we're going to take risk, take opportunity that big people is actually somebody that has won Expect KEK1 in ML. So we are going to require his professionality untuk datang dan tengok kan. And then kita akan ada satu lagi which is going to be the yearly ataupun annually Faculty Science Computer punya event as well. So setakat ni masuk 2020 pun kita belum dapat bernafas lagi lah. Definitely thinking about doing a lot of things, very a lot of things untuk kita punya e-sport scenes. And definitely I saw a lot of people commenting on sedihnya dia orang tak dapat nak join this particular course. Kalau yang asasi tu asasi is actually University tempat saya bekerja dan mengajar. Definitely you don't need this e-sport punya course, but you can actually apply it once you go to degree, no problem on that one. But I think since this one is the first phase kan, I immediately regret my decision sebab kita kena buka asing. Kita tak boleh combine semua e-sport dekat dalam satu. Saya plan mungkin dalam next semester kita terpaksa buka dia jadi ikut genre, iaitu kalau you are MOBA, so dia akan jadi isukan MOBA. And then kalau you are going for BR, so it's going to be isukan BR, so that we can actually segregate dia terus. So I'm looking at opportunity mungkin boleh buka terus 3. Kalau kita buka 3 kursus ni, kita boleh score from 35 to 105 students, so a lot more people will have opportunity to actually fill us. So Claude, saya sebenarnya nampak ada satu soalan dekat tepi tu. Should I just answer or let you rephrase that particular question for me?
Silakan boleh. Which one lah? Is it from Ashraf Aman?
Yeah, definitely. That's Ashraf Aman dekat situ.
Okay, so Ashraf Aman dia tanya pasal, okay, so the esports for accredited co-curricular program could be really effective if you give students the environmental esports experience. Do you know how to emphasize that? I think this is more like the practical punya environment lah.
Yeah, actually that is a very good constructivist punya criticism, which I think that those are the things that we need. As of now, being the advisor of a registered club dekat dalam UNIMAS kan, kita dekat dalam UNIMAS ni untuk satu particular club tu kita ada satu je advisor. I think it's a kind of a patah kaki juga because you are only having a pair of eyes, a pair of ears, as well as a pair of not a pair of lah, satu mouth sahaja, satu kepala saja. Definitely there are a lot of things yang you akan terlepas pandang. That is definitely stuff that somehow we just have to follow along the policy as well as the undang-undang. Tapi when you are talking about could it be really effective untuk kita bagi environment dekat e-sport experience, the answer is going to be lucrative. It's very exclusive untuk kita punya pelajar sebab once they actually master the in and also the off game punya skills, you think when they are going outside and then they're going to showcase all these setups, all these settings, all this experience to our community kan. Your community can come from people yang totally don't know about e-sport. Your community can also come from those really experienced in sport. Kok dia macam datang nak tengok macam mana kita buat tu kan. So you'll be having that particular ups dengan downs tu, it's going to be phenomenal. Trust me, it's going to be really phenomenal. I myself is also another one person yang bila kita masuk dekat dalam e-sport industry kan, the first thing that really come up from our mouth is wow. It's really wow. It's really amazing. memang susah nak dibayangkan. Walaupun kita kata kita mungkin agak serupa lah dari segi kita punya passion untuk casting kan. And yes, I definitely love it when kita casting untuk game untuk sukan asasi kan. Kita punya student datang dekat situ and then they are like giving us support. Oh, my lecturer is doing casting and everything. It is a different experience as opposed when I just simply tell dekat dalam kelas kan, you know, I like to cast, so that's why I like to nagging berbebel dekat dalam kelas because this is just another one of my good forte kan, macam tu lah kan. Jadi when they come and then they actually see it's a very very good kita kata engagement from my end and also for all of my students as well.
Okay, I want to give this a little bit controversial question for you. Okay, so
Okay.
when you have this course, right? Obviously, it's e-sport. Then normally people associate with just playing games and nothing but playing games. Do you receive any feedback from parents saying that things like, oh, what they come here to study, not to play game? Why you encourage my daughter to play game and all that?
Oh, okay. That's a very good one. Now, truth to be told, biasanya kalau kita buat benda-benda yang related dengan isukan ni kan, so far, I am actually having cold feet sebab I was expecting that kind of review and feedback as well, but we received none. That is why I'm so afraid. Kita tak dapat langsung yang yang bad criticism tu. Kita tak dapat langsung yang feedback negatif yang orang kata, "Alah, why isukan lara abang masa ni semua apa itu ni." Kita tak dapat tahu komen yang macam tu. So I kind of really macam we are expecting that. This is not the field yang is very easy. My friends, my lecturer friends kan, kita kata mereka selalu kata as opposed to bermain sukan lain, awak perlukan masa, awak perlukan tempat yang sesuai, perlukan gear, equipment, perlukan kawan-kawan sekurang-kurangnya untuk main benda tu ramai-ramai. Whereas when you go and just simply turn on your phone, tekan dekat ML, you can play anytime in the toilet, out the toilet, dekat cafe, outside of cafe. Jadi benda ni memang boleh akan jadi addiction. But somehow, as far as kita punya concern kan, every time when student come and play and then a lot of even our UNIMAS Esports punya club members kan, parent has been supporting. Parent has been supporting. Kita punya all these ex-excos yang dah bekerja dengan kita and then they took the time off to retire from the club, giving way to younger generation kan. All of them has been giving a lot of very very positive feedbacks. Parent dia tak sangka, oh you stream, you casting, you dapat juga a lot of duit lah, sekurang-kurangnya sikit kan. Sekali 2 casting dapat 100, dapat 200 macam tu kan contohnya kan. And then you cast like monthly dapat 2-3 kali job, monthly 2 months dapat at least 3 to 4 jobs. That is kita punya bekas ahli itu sendiri. So even though that dia punya belajar, of course dia kena struggling so hard, tapi in the sense that dia punya parents boleh kata, hey, we are quite proud that my son selain daripada belajar, orang selalu kata habiskan duit, tapi dia belajar, dia generate duit pula. And then when working with Sarawak All Stars E-Sports, this is another registered club kita ada dekat Kuching, Sarawak ni kan. Also when we do tournaments outside, we receive various good feedbacks from kita punya audience, kita punya mungkin family kepada kita punya peserta. Sebab peserta tu kadang-kadang datang seorang, 2 orang, 3 orang and then suddenly ada flock of friends, flock of families, anak lah, ada yang bawa mak lah hari tu dekat Gaming for Humanity kan. Jadi Yes, we are looking at kita macam nak kata, wah, positifnya penerimaan orang terhadap isukan. Kita sangat-sangat suka sebenarnya, tapi we are expecting negative as well to come in and then maybe it can help us to educate our society as well as increase our maybe in terms of improvisation dari segi penganjuran ke, production ke dan sebagainya, but we receive, yes, like I said, it's none. Really surprising.
Yeah, really surprising indeed because that's always bila I berbincang dengan some people from kita punya perbadanan isukan, I don't think I need to mention. The feedback is always like this. Bila they want to access or they want to tap into grassroots, the feedback is always like, I send my child to come and study, not to play game, because the perception is e-sport equals only play game and nothing but play game. So so I'm surprised that there's no feedback for that for now.
For now itulah yang kita kata macam kita memang bersedia, kita memang dah pasang kuda-kuda tunggu untuk terima perkara tu datang so that kita boleh macam oh it's actually no, it's supposed to be like this, ataupun usually the way we always try to educate people that is outside of kita punya industry ni kan, kita akan kata yes you are right in that sense, but dia ada cara untuk kita macam try to take the pull the people to come into our industry. Kita bukan nak dia join sekali kita main game tu, memang tak lah kan. Different people have different passion, right? So kita just nak bagi tahu yang hey, if you are actually playing futsal, if you played it from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m, it's also a form of addiction kan. Macam tu juga dengan kita kan, cuma kita punya addiction is much more uncontrollable sebab benda tu ada dekat dalam phone, and then it's easy to bawa ke mana-mana. You can go solo, you definitely don't need friends in that kind of sense kan. But knowing that kita punya gamers ni semua sorry to say not you, I don't think it's you, and also I'm also a part of it lah. Sebelum saya jadi lecturer kan, kita introvert sikit lah, kita macam malu untuk pergi ke hadapan, kita malu untuk tampil dan sebagainya. But when you start to go into e-sport, everything flip. This is not change, it's a flip. Memang terbalik terus 180 degree, from your coin head side to the tail side. From not talking to people, suddenly you know how to talk to people. From not joining conversation, discussion with people, you suddenly go over here, go over there, request for project tenders, you go for sponsorship, you go for management, you fikir hal orang, empathy, sympathy, everything suddenly comes in. That is a very strong point in sport. Macam kita main game Dota juga, dia punya learning curve memang steep. E-sport is also like that. So when they say that Dota and e-sport is actually the face of each other, I definitely agree. Sama juga macam CSGO, those two pioneering in e-sport industry, memang steep learning curve. In our industry pun steep learning curve juga. Once you go in, you will never be able to leave it just like that lah.
But I'm interested to know, like, because this is just the starting, right? Like, what is the structure of the course? So, what are the modules that the student expect to cover?
I'm actually kind of lost your voice now, Sir Clark. Okay.
All
right. So it suddenly come in. It suddenly come in. Now, let me just answer the first part of your question when you already mentioned about what to expect from these students, right? In terms of, you are saying that in terms of mereka punya curriculum structure, is it?
Yeah, curriculum structure.
Yeah. Okay. So definitely when they go into this particular course, the most basic thing that they need to know ataupun they need to learn is definitely about the organizing this kind of project and everything kan. Maksudnya macam mana cara buat paperwork, how you going to deal with community engagement, and then how to write a proper report, how to write reflection report. These are sort of the thing yang memang wajib untuk semua kursus akan ambil. Tetapi then bila kita masuk dalam bab yang kelima dan keenam, the another 40% of our course, they will be dealing all e-sport related stuff. Maksudnya we leave 10%, I do say 40%, right? So 20% is going to be the in-game based knowledge, and then another 20% is going to be the off-game based knowledge. Now, when we say something like the in-game knowledge kan, is something similar to bila awak masuk ke dalam kursus sepak takraw, you need to learn how to sepak bola takraw tu lah. Memang kena ada pun. Takkan kita masuk dalam ni sepak takraw but suddenly you come out from there, you don't know how to sepak takraw. Ataupun at least the second part is going to be the regangan, and also how to prepare, how to not prepare. Definitely the course itself in a way will not teach you how to become a pro. Itu adalah apa yang kita akan clarify dengan kita punya pelajar lah. This course is not about you getting yourself to become a pro, but we may be able to provide you with that particular rod after you complete the course. Itu adalah benda yang berbeza pula. Sebab kebanyakan sukan ni, kita kata di sebelah pihak sukan kita, mereka yang memberikan dana dan juga bajet yang penting untuk wakil-wakil universiti, wakil-wakil yang akan pergi pertandingan dan sebagainya akan datang kepada mereka. Mereka meletakkan recommendation daripada kelab di tempat yang paling utama. Maksudnya kalau persatuan badminton tu kata you are the best badminton player in UNIMAS, so we going to recommend your name, then pusat sukan akan kata okay, so kita akan support this guy. We will provide him with all the needed budgets, the financial, the logistics, the transportation and whatnot for him to go freely to the pertandingan. So he will receive this much of support from the university. So when you come into this particular course, definitely you'll be seeing me and also as an advisor of kita punya UNIMAS Esports Club, and then kita kata kita dah ada apa nama ni, buat sedikit linkage bersama dengan pihak pusat sukan dan sebagainya. If you like to really try your luck in the e-sport professional, semi-professional ataupun mungkin a bit more amateur kind of scene kan, definitely you are on the right track. And then we can help you, but it's already beyond the cost. For the course itself, the curriculum structure is really macam biasalah, kita kata dia ada benda objektif dia yang dia nak capai, and then that objective is actually trying to make kita punya student humane, just like what we have discussed earlier lah. Sebab you know lah student sekarang kan masuk kelas, belajar, keluar kelas, buat assignment, masuk dewan peperiksaan, jawab exam, keluar, dapat grade. That's it. So kalau kita nak increase kita punya creative worker, we call it creative worker, maksudnya people yang akan graduate from UNIMAS ni, we need to increase the human value. That human value can only be achieved with these sorts of activity, the extracurricular activities yang tak dapat nak provide dalam kursus macam you learn how to programming, you learn how to do multimedia authoring. Memang you tak akan jadi human lah, you memang akan jadi pure robot. But with this kind of thing, you will be able to increase more of your human potential side, mampu berkomunikasi, management, interaction, team working, and all sorts of other things. Really look forward to that.
I was interested when you said that, okay, this is one of the path, starting path for if people want to be a pro player someday lah. And I like the idea of like we cannot as pro players cannot only think that, oh, I will only be a pro player. There will be a certain limit at some point. As any athlete, maybe by the age of 30 plus, normally you will start to see a decline. Then what will you do after that? So the exposure of this course should give them some sort of idea of like, okay, if I choose to retire earlier as a pro player, or when I retire later as a pro player, what do I do? Something like that.
Well, going back to what you are saying just now, kan, it's actually the reality that. But suddenly Bruce Lee comes in, and what he says, there is no limit, there's only a plateau. Okay, that one is just the principle of Bruce Lee lah. Kita benda tu adalah motivation untuk mereka yang akan strive for excellence lah. Definitely not the thing that we can discuss now. But when you say something like we are giving exposure, definitely yes. Sebab there's more to e-sport. I never touch into this particular topic without mentioning that one over and over again. A lot of kita punya orang yang dengarkan, oh e-sport, oh alright, main game and everything semua kan. Then when I try to say something like it's beyond the game. Did you know what's a caster? Did you know what's a production? Did you know what's a streamer? Then suddenly, wow, it become in industry. It totally become an industry. When we say industry, maksudnya it's more than one way ataupun one road. It's definitely lebuh raya plus lah. Lebih kurang macam tu lah.
Okay, ada somebody in the comment section, I think, I'm not sure, maybe could be your student, Ashton Lewis. Will more game events conducted in the future around UNIMAS since the club is full? Is there a club full or course full? I'm not sure which one actually.
I think it's going to be the cost lah rupanya. Oh okay okay. Sebelum saya jawab that particular soalan kan, kesian mereka yang sebut hi kan. Okay, hi to all my students. Hey, so kau you've been asking me kan, ada kenal tak orang ini kan? Ex student ni lah dia. Ni adalah antara bukti-buktinya lah. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so yes, as you can see, some people suddenly asking about cream puff kan. That's actually my wife punya passion kan. So she's actually selling all these pastries and whatnot kan. And then definitely that is how some students know me kan, macam oh rather than e-sport also ada small catering, ada small pastry punya kind of order kan. Alright, so Ashton kata dekat situ, dia kata course lah kan. Now will there more game events conducted in the future? Definitely more. Saya baru kata yang awal-awal tadi kan, kita dah ada 3 dah. Nah 3 tu macam kata orang Allahu Akbar. Sebab satu adalah untuk staff. Definitely there will be for the staff, sebab kita nak buat squad selection untuk sukan staff. Tetapi untuk sukan dari segi kategori pelajar kan, untuk makluman semua pihak lah kan, kita punya pusat sukan so far kan, like you have said that you get offer for casting in Masum kan, in that particular Masum as well, kita punya pusat sukan memang totally decline penyertaan untuk peserta-peserta e-sukan. Basically is because we have yet to establish connection dengan pihak pusat sukan. Jadi now that we have established good relationship dengan mereka through Sukan Asasi Malaysia 2020 yang berlangsung bulan ni, beberapa minggu, 2 minggu lebih kurang 2 minggu yang lepas kan. Now every time they see Masum akan ada, Sukip iaitu Sukan IPT pun akan ada. Jadi definitely sukan asasi pun I think we already set quite a high kind of a benchmarking untuk universiti lain. I heard that some university kata, wah you punya isukan punya set up macam yang main dekat shopping mall tu. I know that when they say shopping mall tu is because of usually yang kalau dekat Semenanjung we do all these e-sports yang canggih-manggih tu dekat apa nama ni, macam Sunway kan, and then macam coffee spot buat dekat I cannot remember what is the name of that particular shopping mall yang dia orang guna tu kan. So they are saying it along that particular line lah, MPL and whatnot. So we are already quite setting the bar quite high for the next tuan rumah untuk sukan asasi. So those people, kalau mereka yang daripada asasi UNIMAS kan, definitely you are looking forward to more opportunity untuk go into this particular events kan. Ada events, maybe you would like to come as spectator or whatnot, that one it totally depend on you. But in terms of UNIMAS itself, yes, definitely kita memang akan ada banyak. Sekarang pun kita dah ada ML untuk squad selection happening 7 of February. That is so close. Minggu depan dah kita nak buat squad selection untuk staff, maybe end of week next week. And then kita akan ada bulan March nanti is going to be IT week, that is faculty punya program. And then kita ada convocation festival, kita ada also daripada fakulti seni pun, diorang pun suka tau menganjurkan e-sport event ni. Diorang ada budget, diorang akan jalan juga untuk buat. Definitely so many potential, so many places where you can go and then you feel like home lah, if you're going to ask me as an e-sport enthusiast kan.
Okay, so how about infrastructure to run the course? Because kalau you say that the students will need to learn Dota or CS:GO or Mobile Legends and all that, they are all to a certain extent quite different. Like, so how do you provide the infrastructure? Will there be a facilities with enough PCs, or will there be good enough phones that students can use, or how will it work?
Okay, that's a very good one. Now recently when we successfully completed our Sukan Asasi Malaysia kan, I actually macam siku-siku lah sikit dengan kita punya boss kan, macam you see e-sport is so nice and everything and convenient, and then we receive a lot of positive feedbacks from other universities kan, UPM, UITM, UM juga bagi kita macam, oh this so good kan. So kita punya boss sangat happy, and then bila boss dah happy kan, kita siku, kita sempat lagi cucuk dengan dia kan. Kita kata kalau macam ni nak buat kita punya pusat, kita panggil kita punya tempat perayu ni is a pusat pengajian lah kan. So it's a pusat dia. Kalau nak transform kita punya pusat ni jadi e-sport hub pun very nice kan, the first one in UNIMAS. Then she suddenly say that You buatlah kertas kerja, nanti I tengoklah boleh macam mana nak aturkan. And then I think that's a green light. That's things that we are really looking forward to. Sebab like I said kan earlier, kita kata macam kita nak collect all this evidence kan, in order for us to really say to people like e-sport is a thing. E-sport can be done. E-sport can be more and then just simply playing game. It can really generate a lot of things for a lot of people benefiting here and there kan. Jadi in terms of infrastructure, kita kata once kita dah dapat, let's say kalau kita punya higher ups totally agree that okay, so let's not stop and then try to actually establish an e-sport hub dekat UNIMAS. After that, everything will really fall into places. Kita punya apa nama ni, macam networks dan juga internet provider is really more than happy sebenarnya untuk diorang apa nama ni, macam bagi kita internet connection just for the sake of playing game. We actually have that in UNIMAS, except that we need to really discuss and then talk about it, and then it's quite easy for them to actually help us untuk atur sebenarnya. That's why a lot of Dota tournament always since 2007 Dota tournament has been in the UNIMAS Convocation Festival a year in every year. Setiap tahun mesti ada. Prize pool is quite good lah in terms of kita kata macam program yang you tak payah bayar pendaftaran ke macam mana kan. The prize pool sendiri pun dah macam cukup menarik. Then suddenly kita kata macam infrastructure pun ada apa vendor ataupun supplier yang sudi provide kita with all sorts of this infrastructure, but inside of UNIMAS itself, in terms of kita nak buy PCs and whatnot, for now dia punya polisi masih lagi belum ada kita kata ruang untuk kita try untuk not really saying exploit lah, tapi belum ada ruang untuk kita boleh gunakan laluan dia. Tetapi once we say that the eSport Hub is maybe a thing that is already approved by the highest of highest up kan, then kita memang ada potential untuk mendapatkan this setting yang macam advance sedikit and then bagi peluang untuk student kita. Tapi untuk tujuan kos kita sahaja, dari segi internet tu sekurang-kurangnya insyaAllah kita boleh secure. And then untuk pelajar kita yang into the PC games, definitely what I'll be advising them is going to be bringing their own machine. At least kita boleh provide the lines untuk mereka complete assignment dalam Dota tu. I think that sounds quite funny kan, tapi assessment dekat dalam the in-game, the inside game punya assessment and whatnot lah. Definitely we have to provide them with the internet line lah at least.
Sir Alif boleh bagi tak sikit macam preview like how or what assessment is they going to be? I'm very curious here. Their practical assessment as in, you need to know how to do warding, you need to know how to do last hit, or is it more analytical assessment like, okay, can you tell me what is the best combination of an item or skill or something like that?
Now you are giving me ideas. Actually, kita setakat ni kan, bila kita deal ataupun bila kita sembang dengan sukan-sukan lain kan, diorang kata diorang betul-betul tengok yang very very basic tu. Dia kata kita tak boleh nak apa nama ni, macam torture sangatlah student kita ni kan. Takkan kita minta dia mampu smash 50 km sejam untuk dia punya shuttlecock tu kan. Jadi dia kata really basic assessment. That is what I write on paper. Macam you know how to push, you know how to kill, you know how to last hit. That is what I do on paper. But trust me, I'm going to do more than that. I'm not going to let them macam, you know how to kill, okay good. You know how to gank, okay good. Alright. But you have to win with a KDA less than this value. Then I give you full mark lah. If not, then kirim salam dengan you punya full mark. I will do that. That one is what going to happen behind ataupun below ataupun outside the paper kan. On paper tu, of course kita kata, you know how to headshot, very good. You know how to loot, also very good. Wah, healing pandai loh. Tapi you have to win with 10 kills inside the rank game, so then I can give you full mark. Otherwise, no full mark for you.
So some people, they come with background of playing, right? Some people maybe they first time or maybe they curious. So what sort of starting expectation would you have for students?
Okay, so first and foremost kan, in terms of student punya first impression untuk kita punya course ni, well they can expect bila masuk dalam kelas tu, you'll be looking at the normal ataupun standard kind of setting dekat dalam kelas. Definitely I'm a fan of student punya centered learning, which is all of the works is going to be coming from the students, by the students, for the students themselves lah kan. Kita akan buat benda tu as much as possible. Maksudnya you are going to corakkan how this co-curricular credited course going to look like for your batch, for your class. But at the same time, you're going to feel really enthusiastic about this because you're going to expect the all sorts of beloved esports kind of feel and experience to also be surrounding you. You know, sometimes that when we are actually macam going outside and talking to people, we tend to say something like, "Wow, GG," you know, those kind of thing kan. It's usually just the in thing for us gamers kan, but now you're going to group up in the class, you're going to group up with a lot of people, and then when your lecturer suddenly say GG lah you, and then you know that it's going to be really bad for you, but at least you can say that it's a kind of very exciting, at the same time comforting as well, because this is going to be to a lot of us is going to be kita punya comfort zone. We love MLs, we love apa nama ni, PUBG, kita suka COD dan sebagainya, kita suka CSGO, and then we are actually meeting with people that shares the same passion as us, and then suddenly kita kata in the classroom setting, and then kita kata for a very good objective, learning objective, and a lot more class objectives that's going to be laid out upon you. So be ready. I'm actually can say be excited to see what's to come. Next week is going to be their first class. It's going to be on the 5th of February. I think a lot of students are actually started to contact me and then asking what to expect, where is the class going to be held, and then when is going to be the first class. A lot of questions already arise from our potential student this particular semester lah.
How about in terms of maintenance, or because gaming or esports is something that always change, right? Today this title may be popular, tomorrow maybe not popular, and something like that. How do you decide firstly? Okay, this is the games you're going to play, and then how do you continue to review, or how do you evolve according to the time?
Okay, so definitely bila kita kata macam all these sorts of games going to be evolved kan, to an extent everything actually evolve. Even bila kita ajar matematik pun, the mathematics is evolving in a sense yang kita sentiasa update kita punya syllabus. Actually biasanya student memang tak akan perasan lah, tapi kita memang all the time kita sentiasa update kita punya content, update kita punya teaching materials, kita punya teaching delivery method, kita punya banyaklah semua yang kita update from time to time. And then in terms of kita kata macam untuk e-sport or the game itself, definitely kita dah bersedia. That's why instead of leaving it as a game-based punya course, kita kata yang kita punya course ni lebih geared towards maybe genre-based ataupun really in impromptu towards kita punya the inside of the game. We never mention any game. It's just an inside of the game, inside of the esports category or genre, as well as the outside of it. So that's why kita akan generalize everything and then make sure that everything will fall into places lah.
So, if anyone is interested in this, don't worry about, oh, I only play ML, I don't know CSGO and all that. They shouldn't worry about that.
Yeah, definitely don't have to worry about that one sebab their game will be based on what they pick for themselves. Even their outside of the game skill, something like maybe casting or streaming or production or marshalling kan, and even managing teams is going to be their choice as well. So semua tu akan jadi pilihan diorang. And then we also allowed the changes ataupun, you know, you have to really sit down and keep on trying that you feel the groove. You don't necessarily say that, oh, I want to be a caster, sit down and suddenly you are a good caster kan. Kita pun sit down for the first time, kita sit down for the second time, for the third time, and then we got bash here and there, we got kena kecam sekejap, kena puji sekejap, ada yang like, ada yang dislike. I don't want to say the word hate. Jadi baru kita rasa macam, oh, I think this is my groove, and this is what I like to do. So we're going to allow that even for particular, even when you say that, oh ini adalah kursus, ini adalah something yang kita kena ambil, kita kena ada penilaian, kita kena ada markah kan, but we do allow it because we would like to have the student really feel the experience themselves. Just like before this tak ada orang nak bagi kat kita kan, but for our future generation kan kita sediakan this platform khas untuk dia orang lah.
Okay, so ada soalan daripada komen. Ashton Lewis tanya, Sir, how did you manage to persuade the higher ups and make e-sport as one of the accredited co-curriculum course? Really curious.
Really curious ah. Senang lah main game kat depan tu. Tak adalah. I think kita for our part kan, bila kita nak persuade mereka berkenaan dengan e-sport and everything ni, the moment I say that e-sport is more than just playing game, that statement terus buka mata, buka tangan. Tadi dia folding their arm, tadi dia macam tekan meja, tengok bawah semua. Bila kita kata it's more than just playing game, they already show begitu banyak interest in it. Oh, I didn't know about that. I thought that FIFA is all about game. I thought all this Street Fighter lah, Taken lah, is all about punching and then killing people and win and everything kan. So what's in it? The moment bila mereka bagi saya ruang untuk saya explain mereka apa e-sport, I can say that is actually the end of the deal. That is already sealing that deal. Memang confirm kita akan dapat sebab I can say that when I talk about e-sport, I do think that I can persuade a lot of people to be really into e-sport because like actually Lewis himself says kan, really curious macam mana kan. Kalau you are in this particular field, definitely you know that oh kita ada tu, kita ada ni. Sekarang ni pun you tengah tengok kita punya streamer, you already know Sir Club which is a streamer, and then kita topik kita pasal e-sport, definitely you dah lekat dekat situ. So kalau orang yang bukan dalam bidang kita pula, what say them kan macam, wow, okay, I never thought that's like that. Wow, I never thought that it's like this and so on kan. Definitely the way kita present it, we really have to say to the people what they should know about e-sport. That one I think is the best way.
Okay. So will there be industry partners that you plan to work with to continue growing this course?
Yeah, definitely. When you say about partners kan, kita sekarang ini Sarawak All Stars E-Sports is definitely one of our major partners because I'm also the advisor for that particular club kan. But at the same time, UNIMAS dengan one of the very kita kata macam quite a powerful club as well outside there, which is a Gizmo Gaming Esports Arena. Definitely, they are one of the most known affiliates within UNIMAS as well. They have been doing Dota tournaments like since 2007. Now it's 2020. That is 1 decade doing esport event in the UNIMAS. You can say that they are the master of esport in UNIMAS themselves. And then we have more potential partners. We actually work a lot with Space Island Gaming Studio. That is one of console gaming punya apa nama ni, macam kedai lah kan untuk main game sebagainya. Dia orang sentiasa come and then meet up our expectation, and then we are looking forward for casting of FIFA now that they can actually live stream their games. So we actually having more development happening here in Sarawak ourselves kan. So we can actually plan to have more talent, more production power for FIFA ataupun pada purpose of football games. And definitely that one already setting a bar ataupun a standard higher for those yang macam nak buat fighting console games punya genre kan. Jadi also kita akan ada Oblivion Gaming, some of our very friendly partners outside. And then we have Kuching Fighter Gamer Club, that is a KFGC. They are also really frequently working with UNIMAS Esports as well, almost 2 years to 3 years already. I think it's 2 years lah. So kita ada banyak opportunity daripada luar, and then we are looking at even more. Kalau ada lagi ramai yang dekat luar sana yang akan sudi untuk sama-sama dengan kita hand in hand untuk build this esports community, definitely we have people that is actually building for the public people. Kita ada yang akan membina the fokus kepada the community setempat ataupun local communities. So over here, I just play my part for the academics or within the university compound as well. We know that we have so many talents here inside universities kan. So that's why we are looking at um, their potential so that maybe they can actually gain a side income or side of vacancy or job whatnot along that particular line kan.
Yeah, agree. I personally have seen the talent from UES, and of course it's very very impressive. And I personally do think that UES is very is mature in terms of managing at that level of the talent, giving student exposure and so on. And if you remember that time dekat kita punya Gaming for Humanity ada this lepasan
Mm-hmm.
SPM datang
Mm-hmm.
sebab
Yeah.
datang dan sangat-sangat bersemangat untuk jadi caster.
Ya, the lobak guy kan. Dia sekarang ni sudah pun ada macam kata macam kerja sambilan. I'm not sure. I actually try to offer him a job in Sukan Asasi Malaysia. We are actually looking forward for him. My boss really like looking at the bekas-bekas pelajar sekolah ni sebab kita kan deal dengan pelajar lepasan sekolah kan. So my boss is really looking forward to it, but somehow he was quite occupied the time. I kind of sad in a sense yang macam alah tak sempat kita nak showcase what we have collected outside of UNIMAS kan. You know, all these sorts of evidence as well as growth and talent and everything kan. Macam you always like to showcase it to kita punya higher ups tu tadi.
Itulah like you say lah, it's evidence based kan.
Definitely everything yang even kita punya collaboration, even kita punya working just now is going to go into that particular portfolio. Imagine that kita punya student will work more towards something like this kan, having talk shows, having educating kind of society shows ataupun maybe like a podcast ke ais kacang ke apa yang akan ada kat masa depan lagi yang diorang macam plan nak buat kan. All of these things will definitely be really really fruitful and impactful untuk kita punya apa nama ni macam policy makers as well as other people that can make a decision.
Okay, so kita dah about 1 hour into our show, so we are approaching the end of our show. So I will leave some time just for like if there's any last questions or comments that anyone would like to put in the comment section. But just to fill up that as well, what is your vision or your roadmap for this course, and how far do you think it can go?
Yes, in terms of this particular course kan, dari segi roadmap jangka pendek kita dah nampak terus dah. Oh, we cannot make it as a single title course. We have to make it bercabang. Kita kena segregate dah siap-siap. Belum start course lagi pun kita tahu kita kena segregate. That is I mean like macam really really one fast roadmap for myself lah kan. And then at the same time kita plan untuk ada kita punya on module. When we talk about module, that is our language lah. But in a really normal jargon punya language is going to be buku teks lah. Kita akan ada buku teks untuk e-sport. That is something really for us to look forward to kan. Macam wow ada buku teks pula untuk e-sport ni dah kan. And then definitely we are planning to actually engage more on the community. I mean like sebenarnya as early as student sekolah tu yang tu lagi perlu sebenarnya untuk kita dedahkan pasal e-sport ni so that they can actually plan ahead. We can say something like along this particular line kan. You can prepare for this sort of thing to be happening surrounding you ataupun around you, but you don't have to really succumb ataupun fall into the addiction kind of bad kita kata factor ataupun kesan sampingan yang buruk tu. Sebenarnya benda ni semua kita boleh jaga, kita boleh kawal dengan baik. Really bergantung dengan exposure. You know that kalau kita constrain manusia ni, the more we constrain, the more we tie them, the more they will try to break, and then when they break from it, they actually really become a broken person kan. So we like to definitely membendungkan benda tu daripada berlaku. That is why we like to really engage the community and then tell them, hey, we have something that is called an e-sport. E-sport is all about this one. And then maybe that actually your child, let's say that kalau kita punya apa nama ni, community is involves a lot of parents as well as ahli keluarga kan, maybe your child ataupun your cousins, your siblings sebenarnya is more geared towards trying to make a name in terms of trying to be the professional gamer ke, ataupun sebenarnya dia cope up dalam dia punya bilik, rupanya dia tengah practice nak streaming ke sebenarnya kan, ataupun dia nak belajar casting kan, sedih bercakap sorang-sorang kat depan cermin dalam toilet dan sebagainya. So we have to let our community knows. I think so far kita taklah terlalu panjang nak buat kita punya macam vision ataupun mission or roadmap kita lah kan. Maybe about this 2-3 years is we are looking at flourishing UNIMAS with all of these esports kind of events as well as infrastructure. I'm looking forward for infrastructure actually. Kalau kita dapat buat infrastructure, everything that comes after that will really fall into places really nicely, really neatly and really cool.
Talking about infrastructure, any big plans coming, hopefully, or fingers crossed plan ke for infrastructure?
Okay. Ya. Sebab kita diberi macam apa nama ni, bukan kelonggaran lah kan. Dia kata macam we are actually given the opportunity, peluang lah kan, untuk cari apakah keperluan ataupun maybe equipments or technicalities that we need in order for us to teach something for our classes. Definitely kalau yang sukan lain is going to be all this bola lah, sarung tangan ke apa ke kan, yang macam-macam tu. So for us e-sport, definitely we don't need all these things lah kan. But in terms of the game kan, especially casting, production kind of thing kan, we are looking at those things. Kita kata mungkin nak beli, I really crossing my fingers kan, kita nak beli headset yang really berkualiti for them to actually try to practice doing podcast ke, doing apa namanya, streaming ke. Kita nak cuba benda yang tu pula. So mixer, I mean like the audio mixer lah. Kalau mixer tu mixer yang orang untuk berbaking lah pula kan. So the audio mixer and then more things lah, especially the peripherals. Maybe a video card as well. I think I need your help on that one. Maybe kita akan do a little bit after the show kind of apa nama ni, soal jawab. Apa lagi saya nak kena beli ni? Sementara ada peluang untuk beli ni, nak beli definitely beli PC tak dapat dah sekarang because of policies and everything. But we are looking at those things, the extra peripherals devices yang very very important sebenarnya. Walaupun kecil je dia kan, tapi sebenarnya benda-benda itu yang akan menjamin kita punya apa nama ni, production moving and whatnot lah.
Right. So I just want to read this comment from Nur Il Im. So dia cakap, I really like the idea of giving ways on how to avoid getting addicted to games and balance on hobbies and studies.
Really like the statements as well as the comments given over there.
Right. But yeah, I mean, this is actually quite interesting topic. I think it's one of the more common topics around people who are concerned about addiction on gaming, and I think it's quite a commercial topic as well. How do you plan to, through this course, to give that sort of education?
Yeah, first and foremost kan, macam I don't think it's already first and foremost lah, dah berapa banyak lah kan. Kita bila kita bercakap pasal addiction ni, dia memang berkisarkan kepada when you just simply play and then you don't have any particular goals, then you definitely fall into addiction. Sebab bila once kita start mainkan and then kita kata macam okay, so I don't get what I'm getting at, and then I just keep on playing, keep getting better. Even those yang sebenarnya yang addiction itu pun, dia ada two types of addiction, whether it's a good addiction or a bad addiction. There's a lot of this sort of study. Some very good addiction kan, saya bagi contoh, those people yang sangat suka perfecting his coding ataupun programming skill. That is one example. And then also those people yang Contohnya macam nak jadi expert in archery, he keep on shooting that arrows, ambil and then shoot arrows, ambil and then shoot arrows. These are the kind of the positive or the good addiction. But those yang kita kata yang falls into the bad addiction, something like dia tak dapat nak bezakan when is the right time to play, when is not the right time to play, and then setting the priorities, or even worse kita kata gambling dan sebagainya kan. When we actually lay out all these things through our course, which is kita kata dalam course ni kita akan reveal segala-galanya. This is what you can get from esport. This is actually what esport is all about, and then this is what the things in and off of the esports. When we actually expose them to this all sort of things kan, then we might be able to actually spark ataupun ignite somebody's feeling kan. Dia mungkin kata macam, oh, I never thought I can do that, you know. And in that sense, kalau dari segi macam tu kita dah dapat achieve, maksudnya the potential for that particular person untuk fall into addiction, I mean like the negative or the bad addiction, can actually be reduced. Itu sebenarnya apa yang kita harap lah bila kita expose diorang dengan benda-benda macam ni. Definitely kita pun ada jugalah sebenarnya kita punya side ataupun kita kata hidden objective lah. We are actually looking at the potential people yang mungkin boleh kita tarik untuk jadi kita punya terajuk utama dalam UNIMAS Esports Club. Who knows kan, those hidden potential yang mungkin dia tak pernah nak serlahkan, suddenly dia join this course out of spite kan, macam tiba-tiba join course ni, member ajak, jomlah isukan kan, jadi suddenly dia nampak dia punya leadership ke apa ke, well, who knows kan. And then those people yang macam kita kata becok mulut dia, actually we have that particular person. Saya rasa dia mungkin tak ambil discourse kan. Dia sebenarnya kita punya MC dekat kita punya Sukan Asasi Malaysia. She never thought that she can become like apa nama ni, e-sport kind of a host. Naik atas stage kan, macam ESL punya style kan, macam Shiva dekat dalam Dota, macam Shocks daripada LOL kan. She actually thought that, oh, that's cool, I can actually do this for this particular sorts of event kan. So we are looking at that. We are looking at giving these people ataupun this potential future generation kan, the potential ataupun the opportunity. It may present itself, it may something that they seek, yang tu mereka sendiri kena lalui lah all this journey through this particular course lah.
Itulah, talking about opportunity, I think yang tu pun dah menjawab persoalan ataupun komen daripada Ashton Lewis yang cakap, hopefully e-sport in UNIMAS will strive further and will be known among students as something unique for them and give them more chance for them to be involved in this industry.
Definitely, we are looking for that particular part. Try to stick around with us, and then definitely dalam kelas tu sendiri saya akan bagi tahu mereka all of this context ataupun the important stuff that they will be able to do after this course. This course is basically serve as the basics. It's a starting point for somebody, maybe. It might be the midpoint for somebody, but it also can be someone's punya goal. Kita tak tahu kan. So we are dealing with a diverse kind of thinking, philosophies ataupun the journey of a particular person ataupun student. We are really looking forward for that. Really looking forward for it.
So in other words, don't worry if you don't have much exposure in esports, but you're curious and you want to get involved in the industry, you still can be. You don't need to like, oh, I have 7,000 MMR in my Dota, for example. You don't need all that.
Yeah, you don't have to be an S in your PUBG account ke apa ke. Alamak, janganlah. Saya sendiri pun kalau go way back beyond kan, saya ingat kita zaman-zaman yang 4K, 3K punya MMR tu kan, zaman-zaman tu lah.
Okay, alright. So I guess dah lebih kurang sejam kita punya show pada hari ini. So firstly, I'd like to thank Sir Alif for coming on to the show. Yes,
very,
and also,
very welcome.
Yeah, and also I have to thank also Sir Alif is using facilities from SAS, Sarawak All Stars.
Yeah,
So
definitely. This is the mini studio set up from Sarawak All Stars for all the community out there, especially those people yang dekat Kuching. If you are looking forward to become, maybe you would like to test yourself this particular setting. I'm sorry that I cannot move the camera around to actually show. I think Sir Clark can help us untuk go back and then link it to the particular page yang ada gambar ni semua kan. They can try. Actually, some people already come here and then try to stream their games and whatnot, and then receive a lot of positive feedbacks as well.
yes, and with the full facilities like that mini studio there, they can also do casting as well. They can try their hands on production, how to use OBS and how the overlay looks like and all that. Yeah, in fact, what you see, for those of you who are watching the live, what you see here is actually how I do it personally. So I do it just for my house. I just have my own PC. I learn how to use an OBS, and this is how it all comes out. So those are the things that you can also get exposure from the course of esports.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So that will be all for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for leaving comments and also questions. We appreciate so much. Kalau anyone has any suggestions or any future topics that you would like to know of, feel free to leave comment, or you can PM me at my Facebook page as well. You want to know how to get to my Facebook page is in the description. And yes, and we'll see you all in the next time. Thank you, Sir Alif.
Okay, you are very welcome. Thank you to all that has also tuned in with us, and then please support Sir Cloud, also support kita dekat UNIMAS Esports, insyaAllah.